What is up, divine beings? Peace, love, abundance, blessings. This is AstroPapi. Today's video is going to be on working with the gods of thunder. And we're going to get into different types of them. But these gods of thunder are related in astrology to the planet Jupiter. And this very much matters before we go into naming any gods, because Jupiter is the biggest planet in astrology. Jupiter is seen to represent expansion, abundance, and empowerment. But here's the thing, a lot of people just focus on Jupiter as a money planet, but that's not all it is. They see it as the planet of good fortune, but that's still not all it is. Because it doesn't matter how many rituals you do, what spirit guides you're working with, what you're doing for your manifestation rituals. You could have all the right properties, all the right ingredients, all the right herbs, all the right spirits. What matters more so is how you perceive yourself, your self-perception. And when these gods of lightning come in, oh, they're adding an electrical current to you when it comes to how you see you. They are here to elevate your sense of self-worth. They are here to show you what it means to feel royal and regal within your own presence. They are here to elevate and raise your self-esteem. And this is important because if your self-worth is low, then your manifestations will not have that punch that you are requiring. You could be walking with the most powerful bloodline, the strongest spiritual gifts, but your self-worth is so foundational. Some people, they don't go far because internally something blocks them where they feel like they don't deserve what they're asking for. Some people petition for abundance, some people petition for love, but somewhere deep down inside, there's this blockage. And somewhere deep down inside, there's this feeling of, I don't deserve it. See, that don't work with these gods of lightning. That don't work with these gods that have that Jupiterian energy. Because when they're coming in, they're saying, yo, stand up strong, stand up firm, remember who you are, know thyself, and honor thyself. Because this feeling of royalty, it doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from within you. And yes, it's easy to feel royal if you have a crown on top of you, but somebody could wear a crown and not have the walk with it. See, these gods will show you how to walk the walk before you talk the talk, all right? So when we're looking at these gods of lightning, they're really affecting and empowering our internal masculine energy. Everybody here has a masculine energy, all right? That masculine energy gives us a push, that initiative, that sense of fierceness, ferocity. And yes, the feminine has her ferocity as well, but this masculine one is really healthy and also really empowering. It doesn't matter what your gender or sex is. These gods will come to you if there is work to be done in your masculine energy that allows you to be more equipped to handle and approach things in your day-to-day life. All right, so I'm going to give y'all some examples of these spirits. And what I just find so interesting is that when you study different parts of mythology, when you study different pantheons from different parts around the world, you start realizing how so many different cultures, so many different places and different parts of this planet have similar archetypal energies in their spirituality. And that really brings in that question, right? Is everything all connected? We could connect this to the Kabbalah tree of life, or we could connect this to astrology. And there's probably way more other systems that we could connect things to. There's always a goddess of love in every spiritual pantheon. There's always some type of divine child in every spiritual pantheon. There's always a darker spirit in every spiritual pantheon, an underworld in every spiritual pantheon, a creator, a creatrix. But yo, there's also a divine warrior of thunder in every pantheon. So let me give you some examples. I have a statue here of the Orisha Shango from the Yoruba pantheon that is honored in many different religions. We have Santeria, Lukumi, Palo, different paths that work with Shango. And even Ifa, like the thing with Shango is he comes in strong with that lightning, with the axe, comes in very strong as a protective spirit guide. And for a lot of people, Shango comes in if you have been in positions where you're getting bullied. Let's say, for example, like spiritually bullied or vocally bullied, and Shango will say, hey, you need to start standing up for yourself. Now, there are some people who, when they're born, if they're supposed to go into the path of the Orisha, they would be known as children of Shango, meaning that they're very much like, I don't take no BS from anybody, like very hot-headed personality. And you will see Shango with lightning. So that's one example of that lightning energy that we can see in the Orisha pantheon, in the Yoruba pantheon, all right? And just to talk a little bit more about it, like I do have this instrument and I use this a lot for clearing energy. So through lightning, there's also transmutation. Through lightning, there's the ability to cut cords. There's also the ability to inspire and ignite energy, to add thunder to some energy. So if I'm trying to amplify the energy of my candles, I'll use that, all right? So thunder can be both protective, empowering, but also like destructive as well. And I think that's the beauty of it, all right? And you'll notice how these gods can wield so much power in such a manner of graciousness. So that's one example. Now, there's many different paths of the Orisha, again, many different religions. There's one book, if you're interested in learning from the Orisha, or about the Orisha, excuse me, from a Santeria perspective, I would recommend this book, Santeria. And this is by, I'm going to butcher the name, Migani Gonzalez. And I'll probably have this on my Amazon shopping list or reading list. All right. Now, if you're looking at Norse mythology, you have Thor, the god of thunder. And what's interesting is that, I forgot to mention this, these gods all have a weapon. Shango has the axe. Thor has the hammer. And when they come in, all the other gods in their pantheon know, or all the other deities in the pantheon, spirits of the pantheon, they know, oh, this warrior, this lightning warrior is about to come in and just blow up everything in a good way though. Like, let's say there's a battle, right? They come in to save the day. They come in to fight, but they also come into, when they fight, they're not just fighting clean and it's all over and we're done. They're here to do a show too. They're here to let you know, like, oh, I know I'm the bomb.com. Like, I know that I'm contributing here and I'm proud of it. And I'm also going to let you know, like, I'm having fun doing this. So there is this battle with honor. There's this battle with grace and this battle with like confidence and like knowing that, yo, this is how I assert my will. So in Norse mythology, we have Thor. Thor is the god of lightning. He also comes in very strong as a spirit guide for people with having to assert yourself more. It really feels like if you struggle like with speaking your truth, or people are out speaking you, or if you're in some type of relationship where there could be this unequal energy exchange and you're not communicating your truth, like Thor will come in very heavy. Thor really gives me like metal energy, leather jacket energy, wearing all black energy, and he will be like, what are you doing? Like, how dare you put yourself on such a low self-regard? And he can yell sometimes. If anybody here has worked with Thor, let me know. Like, he can yell at you. You will feel a very strong internal yelling of, you need to change this, you need to change that, you need to really aim higher for yourself. And lowballing does not work with these spirits. That's one thing you'll see in common with them. So with Thor, there is no such thing as any lowballing. With Thor, there is also this energy of like fight back. And you will also see that with Shango. As protective as Shango is, Shango will also tell you, okay, like stand up for yourself. Like don't be a victim. This would be the same thing with Thor. Thor will come in to be like, what are you doing? Thor will come in to be like, stand up for yourself, know your freaking power, know your worth. So it's not like these spirits are coming in to necessarily like just save your day and we're done. And you're going to have a relationship where every time you're being met with opposition, you're going to petition them and they save the day. That's not how it works. They'll help you so long as you help yourself too as well. All right. It's not just about giving offerings and that's it, right? Like I know that there's certain religions that can then have dogmas where it's like you give an offering, you call it a day and that's it. But no, you really want to cultivate healthy relationships with these spirits where they're your mentors, they're your teachers, they're your guides, they're your elders. Learn from them, become an embodiment of what they're teaching you, because these spirits, especially the Jupiterian ones, they're trying to teach you how to really know that you deserve what you deserve. They're trying to teach you how to have a stronger sense of self-worth. Your self-perception got to glow up when you're working with them. If you want to know more about like just Norse mythology, I would really recommend this book by Neil Gaiman on Norse mythology. It's really told in a story kind of way, and there's a bunch of videos on Norse mythology on YouTube as well, but I feel like this really gave me a good gist of the energy between the Norse gods and how they work and how they collaborate, how they sometimes could argue with each other, as all pantheons do, but they find a way to help each other at the end. All right, so that's a little bit about Thor. Now, next up, there in the Hindu pantheon, there is the god Indra, the god of lightning. Now, I don't have too much experience with Indra. He's only came forward with me for a few meditations and one time in my dreams. And let me tell you one thing about Indra. Indra is saving the freaking day. Indra is coming in very freaking strong. And in Hindu mythology, it is said that when it's raining, and you see thunder or lightning, you know Indra is out there doing a divine battle, and Indra's fighting the demons. Indra's fighting whatever's trying to take over the world. So Indra's work really is the work of the warrior. Indra comes in very, very protective. If I was to honestly say my perspective, and maybe for other people it's different, I find that Thor and Shango give me like almost like older brother, like cool uncle energy, whereas Indra gives me like a father energy, like very much like just stern, straight to the point, like we're gonna clear this up. Very much like that. You don't deserve this. It feels very protective. It feels like if you are in any situations where it could be like domestic abuse, for example, Indra will come in and be like, okay, no, we're gonna stop this. It feels very like drastic. Like I get very like, and it's not to say it's not the same with like with the other gods, but something about Indra just feels very much like, let's say you have a stalker, let's say like, I don't know, something like that where your whole life is at risk. Indra will come in and be like, oh no, we're changing this. Of course, Shango is also like that. Shango has saved people's lives. I'm sure Thor has saved people's lives too, so I don't want to disrespect. But Indra's energy just gives like very immediate no BS, like let's get rid of this right away. And I guess that's all of them. Like something about Indra though just gives me that like old school, like boom, like this is over and this is done. I've worked with Indra in my meditations, and in my meditations, it really has been a lot about clearing up my own personal stagnancy. Or if I'm ruminating too much on like, oh, I've been hurt by this, Indra will be like, okay, but what did you learn? What were your lessons? Let's move forward. Let's go on further. So Indra's energy really gives like that similar Jupiterian energy of like, don't make yourself small. Don't put yourself in a small bubble. Don't put yourself in a label in which you disempower yourself. Really, really be expansive. Really grow. Really see yourself more. as what you think you are right now in this moment. There's a lot to say about Indra where there's so much mystery, and I feel like that's the same for all these gods, but especially with Indra, just because he is an older god, I'm just like, all right, like there's so much to the Hindu gods because they are also cosmic forces that I'm like, I can only say so much in a way where I still just want to be respectful to them. All right. So the next god that I want to mention is from the Greek pantheon, who is Zeus. His Roman name would be Jupiter, relating back to the planet. And again, we see the same thing, a god of lightning. Who comes in to save the day? Another god of lightning. This in this particular pantheon is Zeus. And if you notice something in common too with like at least Shango, Thor, and Zeus is that they're all the ladies' mans. Like they really are. And that's that Jupiter energy of like, I like what I like who I am, I have confidence, I don't really care. But even though there could be a little bit of player energy, I've also noticed that there's still a respect for the feminine within all these gods. Of course, you know, Zeus has some problematic history with consent. We're not gonna deny that, but but there is this respect. There is a respect at least for honoring like the what the feminine has to offer. Knowing that the feminine has value. You really see that a lot with Shango. You really see that a lot with Thor as well. Like the feminine really has a lot of value. And with Zeus, you are getting the energy of a spirit guide who, again, is gonna make you be like, step up how you see yourself. With your Everlighting candles for Zeus, purple would be kind of your color to go to. Although, you know, white would represent the clouds and the skies and all that, like purple is that color of regality, that royalness, that like energy of like regal, like I'm royal, I have high self-worth. And when he has manifested for me in visions, I have seen him in like an all purple robe. And it's very like strong. It's a strong, bold like color with like a very nice silk material. If you start tapping into the Greek gods, let me tell you one thing. Like, even if you're just studying them or one of them shows up for you, for a lot of people, this can start off with like Persephone, Apollo, or Aphrodite, others Artemis. It is cool, but guess what? Once you tap into one, the others are gonna start pulling up. Like that's really how Greeks be working. Greeks like to party a lot. Like you're getting spirits who like to have a good time and who are gonna show you how to really embody self-love in your spirituality and rituals. Now again, when I mention this specifically, it's not to say the others don't, but with the Greeks, there is this very strong like feminine fluidity, this very strong like playfulness. I mean, we all know they had hookup parties and all of that back in the day, so you can only imagine like how these spirits will work. And like, yo, making sure that you have a good time, making sure that you have fun with yourself. I feel like for me personally, in my path and experience, and also just looking at the social historical context, like when you're looking at the Orisha, they really are a lot about empowering people, especially through things such as colonialization, such as slavery, such as like anti-blackness, such as, you know, oppression of women. Like there is something about the Orisha that is very much about, like, they have been the strength and soul of the people who have carried their stories into the United States and into the internet, who I think we really gotta, you know, give honor and homage to. When I look at the Norse mythology, I get so much of a strong like Viking warrior energy, and like that was who they prayed to when they went to war. That was where they felt their confidence from. That was their fighting spirit. When we're looking at the Hindu gods, we're looking at Indra as a divine protector. Like there's a lot of protectors, but that was the spirit that people were like, all right, like thank you for what you do. Like there's this feeling of like, I'm safe no matter what, even through like some natural disasters and stuff like that. Then lastly, when we're looking at Zeus from Greek mythology, we are getting somebody who is seen as like kind of like the leader. And when you're connecting with Zeus personally, you're learning how to like see yourself on a very bigger picture, on a very much larger scale. You're learning how to honor yourself. You're learning how to see yourself as a expression of royalty and expression of regality. And you're not afraid to ask the universe for things. Zeus will also teach you a lot of alchemy, a lot of magic, like definitely like the day of Jupiter is Thursday. I would say out of any of these spirits, Zeus would really want you to utilize that day and to do rituals on that day. And Zeus is somebody who likes his wine. Zeus is somebody who likes his grape, likes his fruit. I'm not gonna lie with you. Zeus is zesty. Zeus is like, you know, I'm the life of the party. And you're gonna get a spirit guide who can be a little bit like asking for a lot, but you're gonna get a lot in return if you're committed for that. Now, all these spirits ask for something, but this spirit in particular can feel like you're hosting a party with them. But when you get him, you're gonna get other great gods. So if you have the space, the energy, the capacity for all that, just get ready. All right. So if we're gonna step back now, again, all of these spirits have that lightning energy. All these spirits come in to save the day. All of these spirits also have a select weapon of choice. Zeus has the staff. And all of these spirits are letting us know that we're divinely protected, we're divinely cared for, but at the same time, they are teaching us how to be in our divine masculine warriorhood, how to also be in that divine masculine king energy, that royal energy. Now, there's 4 archetypes for the masculine. There's the lover, the magician, the warrior, and the king. So I feel like these gods are really helping us with the warrior and king state, how to be noble, how to move with regality, how to not be afraid of conflict, how to have healthy competition, how to set boundaries in a way that's healthy and also self-affirming, how to not shrink ourselves, how to make ourselves more expansive, because when we make ourselves more expansive, when we are more direct and forward, and even our communication, like all these spirits will help you with that, you are gonna have more possible good outcomes in your life. How many of us, we all know we overthought something and we didn't speak up when we should have, and maybe something cool could have happened if we did. These spirits is not happening. They gonna say speak up, say your truth, say what you want to say what you feel, all right? And the more you do it, the more you realize like, yo, that voice in my head that's telling me to worry and doubt stuff is really overthinking and misproportionalizing things. So when you're working with these gods of thunder, these gods of Jupiter, and the examples I gave again were Shango, Thor, Indra, and Zeus, you're getting gods who are here to elevate your sense of self-worth, here to fight for you, advocate for you, so long as you advocate for yourself and know that you are noble and know that you are deserving. I hope that this video was of service. I really hope so. I hope I didn't bring any confusion. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. If you want to book a private reading with me or a spiritual consultation, how to do so is on the about below. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great. I'll see y'all next time.